Hey.
Masses and None episode 66. Can you do me a favor, Justin, if you don't mind?
What
Right
do you want
before
me
we
to do?
start, would
Shut
you be
the
so
goddamn
kind
fan
to
off?
shut that fucking fan off?
God damn it.
It's 2 episodes in a row. Not saying that it's your fault that it happened 2 episodes in a row. I'm just saying, that's not what I wanted to imply. But I am saying that it happened, and you're the closest to it. Episode 66. I feel like you would think that that's your thing to do by now. No?
Yeah, you think that I would have that down? Is that what you're saying?
No, it's okay, man. It's not your fault. It's my fault.
Thanks for pardoning me.
You're pardoned.
I appreciate it.
You get the co-host pardon.
Yo, that's it.
That's almost as good as that's not as good as that shit they gave Kodak. That's not as good as the shit Trump gave Kodak.
Well, shit. Let's go. Seeker in the motherfucking chat. Yes. So we got quite a few things to talk about, man. I'm still feeling good. I'm still feeling anti-schman-schmemic.
Yeah.
Right now.
Feeling anti-schmashmemic.
Yeah, I feel like I definitely have fully recovered.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm feeling good.
I feel like whatever it is that I have the test that says I had it.
You no longer have.
I no longer have it. No. I feel confident to hit the streets.
Listen, bro. I beat that disease with a stick.
Mm-hmm.
That shit is gone.
You did.
So this is what we're doing. We got some people breaking records, man. God damn it. We were just talking
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. Just what was it? Tell me about it. Tell me.
600 touchdowns.
600 touchdowns.
600.
600 touchdowns.
For a guy he was the 199th pick in the 6th round. He was the 6th quarterback pick. There was 5 other quarterbacks that went before he went.
They picked. So that means 198 college players got picked before Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And guess how many of those fools have 600 touchdowns?
None of them.
None of them.
Not a single one. I want to know who the analyst was. Who said it? Who placed Brady there? It must have been his performance. And the truth is, I don't want to piss people off. You know, people love fucking Brady. I don't want to piss anybody off.
They love Tom Brady, bro. Don't say people you'll incite a riot talking bad about Tom Brady.
I don't want to piss anybody off, but I simply don't know how well he played at Michigan. I know he was on the bench at Michigan, but I don't know if it was because of his performance. The guy's one of the greatest, if not the greatest quarterback of all time. You know, right
he
next
is
to Joe,
undoubtedly
right next to Joe Montana. You know,
Joe Montana. Joe Montana was a quarterback. You idiot.
No, but I wonder what it is because I just don't know. What was it that made him go at that point? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's all good, baby. Oh, what's good in the chat?
Yo, what's good, oh?
So what up? So what you got, man? You were about to say something. I cut you off.
I don't know what I was gonna say, but we got a little. Sorry, I keep putting my. All right, so there's no fucking mysterious things going on. Justin's telling me that I keep blocking his fucking camera. So if I look funny and I look like I'm looking at Justin trying to read or something, I thought he was whispering a haiku to me, but he was telling me I keep blocking his camera. So I apologize. But we're trying something new tonight. Embedding some clips as overlays into the over us, so you guys can watch some clips with us. Nothing crazy. We're not trying to do the Masses and None fucking Rob Dyrdek edition or anything like that. What was that show he had on MTV? Ridiculousness.
That's one of the funniest shows that's ever been made.
It is a good show, but what I'm saying is that we're not trying to replicate that.
No.
But we do want to add some context to some of these stories that we're talking about. So if you guys like it, let us know. And we're just going to do 2 tonight. We probably won't do more than 2 because it's a lot of work.
Yeah, we're definitely going to do more in the future. But
first story,
man.
The Quebec plane
I'm actually super intrigued by this next story because this to me is, I'll tell you what, if I'm being 100% honest, I'm a little mad I wasn't on that plane.
So real quick, context first.
Now, hang on.
Tell him at least.
Hang on. We don't got to tell him nothing. So, all right. Hang on a second. So there's a video that we're going to play because there's a kind of an uproar right now in Canada, in Quebec, regarding this incident that we're going to talk about. So we'll start with this clip right now just because I'm intrigued and I want people to just join along because this is, goddamn it. So this right here, as we're watching it, right? This clip right here was recorded on an airplane in Quebec. So this is a bunch of influencers. They chartered this airplane, and they're just like, they're chilling. They're just being young influencers, right?
Yeah, having a grand old time.
And I'll tell you what,
smoking a vape pen on the plane.
Listen, the guy had a bottle of Grey Goose in there. Like, that to me that looks like a lit ass party. But apparently the anti-schman-schmemic, or the people that the people that are really big, I'm gonna start calling people schman-schmemic supporters. That's what you're going to be. All right. If you want to lock down the planet and destroy everybody's fun and personal life because you're scared of things, that's what you are. You're a schman-schmemic supporter. Okay. So this plane right here is causing an uproar because people are feeling like they just exposed everybody to COVID.
Well, they're just not adhering to the rules that are set in place right now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're not to the rules. I don't know what exactly. I think Canada is even worse than us at this point.
Well, but when I watched this originally, I thought that they were on a public flight, like a flight that me and you were on. I didn't realize that they had chartered this plane. Now that I know that they chartered a plane and it was just them and the people they invited, who's to say that these guys weren't quarantining together? Who's to say that they haven't always been together this past, 10 days in preparations for this trip, and they got on this plane confident?
Yes,
that they were all, it's not like they were putting people at risk except for the crew, but it's not like they were putting the public at risk because they were on this plane having a grand old time. It's like it was a private thing.
And what my question is what's the difference between partying on a plane like this and partying in a wedding or going to a church?
Do you have to wear a mask at weddings?
Or going to school? Yeah, I'm sure you're supposed to. I mean, I don't know what the regulation is at this very moment when it comes to that, but I know that a lot of businesses are requiring you to wear a mask based on this mandate that's been put out. So I would imagine that in any kind of large gathering like that, when you're standing, I mean, because in restaurants, clearly COVID's only dangerous if you're standing.
Obviously, everybody knows that. It's the elevation thing. That's why I slept on the floor in my room.
Yes, see? So by mandate standards, you were behaving appropriately by sleeping on the floor and thinking you wouldn't give anybody COVID. So
they are in international airspace. That's a good point. Thank you, Seeker, to chat. They're in international airspace. That's true. There's no fucking rules up there.
That's true. And he also said it's because you can't do anything on the ground in Canada. Like, they won't let you do anything in regular life. So you got to charter a plane to be able to get some goddamn downtime.
Listen, Canada's not as bad as Australia.
That's true.
So, you look at if this was Australia, they would have hung every one of those guys. We wouldn't be reading about this.
Yeah, it definitely, they would have just, been disappeared.
Yeah.
They'd have been gone. They'd have been down under.
The crazy part is that, or the interesting part about this plane that leaving Quebec is that they're going to Cancun. They're going to fucking have a blast. If this is the pre-party on the plane, they're going to have it. The airline canceled their flight back.
Yeah.
And then they wanted to...
based on their behavior on the way there, right?
Yeah, exactly. So there was a conversation that was had with the individual who was planning, their planner, and they were like, "Listen, we'll take you back on your flight, but you have to adhere to certain guidelines." And they couldn't come to an agreement, which from my perspective, it seems like they were just like, fuck you guys.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I'm actually like, damn, respect.
Yeah.
Respect. Like, if you were willing to just forego that whole chartered plane and be like, nah, go to hell, we're flying another way home. Good for you. Like, if you stuck to your guns that much, nah, man, I'm smoking my vape in that plane. I don't give a fuck. Now I'm bringing my Grey Goose and all these hoes that's out of here. Everybody's coming with me. Get out of here. And they were like, well, not really into that. And they just bounced. And they're like, you know what? We'll get a bus.
You know what's wild is that that nobody that was on that plane really gave a fuck. Because there wasn't a stewardess telling people to calm down. Yeah. The pilot wasn't coming on over the overhead. That party was in full fucking effect. That party didn't just start.
Nope.
I've been to a gang of events.
Yeah.
They're 2 hours into that flight.
Yo, for real, the second DJ was on. The second DJ came on. This was peak DJ. That's who was on.
Are you kidding me?
For real, bro. I was like,
nobody cared on that plane.
Nah.
But it hit the media. and somebody picked it up and they threw a negative title on it. I'm not here to say whether it was right or wrong.
Yeah.
Right? Whatever.
I'll tell you
I
what.
don't own that plane, so I can't tell them what they're allowed to do on it, you know?
And, you know, we don't own people's behavior either, which some people are confused about that. But
but I will tell you one thing.
What?
If I own a plane and I tell you these are the rules and you agree to them and then you get on it, you're in the wrong. When you do. I'm not saying that these guys, what they did was right. I think it's funny. It's interesting. We do have the right to do whatever we want to do, right? We have this freedom to somewhat do whatever we want to do. But, you know, there's a reason when you go in a pizzeria, you don't. You see where I was going with that, right?
Yeah.
I'm controlling myself. You don't do anything crazy. You don't spit on the floor, right? Because it's like, yo, you can't do that in here. This is my place. I set the rules. It's not that it's illegal.
Correct.
You just can't do it in here. So, you know, if there was like a conversation that was had and they did this, then, you know, it's a slap on the wrist. But I don't think it's anything that we should be talking about except for the fact that these guys are having an awesome fucking time.
Did you see? Because where we actually saw the story was like a news clip. So it's like a news clip of this whole story, right? And then they started talking about the Instagram story that we just showed you guys. So
can you show it again for anybody? Who might just
of course.
Anybody just be joining, we'll show the video again.
Yeah. So it's not looping, but we showed it to you guys before. So this video,
I can run it back.
Go ahead.
No, switch it.
So he's gonna run this back. Look, there we go. So this right here was the video that we were talking about of the people partying in Quebec on an airplane. So, but on the news story,
having a blast.
Yeah, the news story that we saw this on, they interviewed a pilot. He was like a pilot that was talking about this behavior, and he looked like he thought it was the coolest shit in the world. Like they're talking to this guy and he's a young pilot and he's like, well, I mean, clearly they're like having a good time. Like, you know, he was trying to talk bad about the party, but really he was like, damn, I never flew a plane like this. Never.
Well, that's the news just be finding random people. There's like a sinkhole. They'll just find a random plumber and ask him what he thinks about it. What do you think about this sinkhole? You got some crazy dude on the news like, you know, they just found a pilot and asked him what he thought about it. Isn't that a bizarre thought when you really could like think about what they did? Well,
people try to just grab like an expert that like nobody can dispute their opinion.
I suppose that's
so,
true.
So they're like, what we have here is actually a pilot that, what do you think, sir?
Yeah. Damn.
He's like, well, I think that they look like they're having a great goddamn time. Most I've ever done is a bump in the bathroom. I've never been smoking my vape in the goddamn aisle.
That's true. The pilot's probably like, I usually do my partying before I get on the plane.
But I mean, what is the difference really between doing that? It's just the vessel in which it's happening, right? I mean, there's way more people in a wedding party.
What would be the difference if I partied at a wedding or if I partied in a plane?
Besides space, but
that recycled air.
Yeah, that's true, to recycled air. But is that being cited? I didn't hear them say anything about that. So I'm like, so you're making sense there. Like biologically, like, you know.
That's, if I think about it, that's the only really, like, you know, if I had to make an argument in this direction, I would say, you know, you guys are all breathing the same air.
Yeah.
But the truth is like, I'd just be saying that. I don't know what kind of fucking HEPA filters they have in there. They probably have a filter that is a mask.
Now, the plane has a mask on it.
Yeah.
Like, there's a mask on the front of the plane. Are you guys crazy?
I'm breathing in this air. This is mask there. It says going through the fucking plane's mask. Are you kidding me? That's why I could smoke the vape up here. They didn't tell you?
CDC says that we need to put masks intermittently through the duct system. Like, so every 10 feet, there's a mask on the floor. CDC says that this is the new regulation.
Bro, did you see the CDC, all those CDC memes that have been going around?
Oh, yeah, bro. I was crying.
They're so fucking funny. One of them said, if you have symptoms, you can't go back to work for 5 days. Unless you circle dot.
Circle dot. Now I got my cootie shot.
He said, unless you circle dot. Now I got my cootie shot. Which is the funniest shit. Yeah, dude, the internet is so fucking funny.
There were so many random ones that I give people so much credit for. Like, they were saying shit like, you remember that movie? Well, I'm just going to say that the meme that I saw. It was like, CDC says you can now lose a guy in just 9 days. Remember that How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, that movie? It was like, you can now lose a guy in 9 days. Like, yeah, I just crack it up, man. There was some real funny ones, man. My girl and her friends were cracking me up, just sending me these memes.
Yo, they're fucking hilarious.
Yeah, man, they were so damn good, man.
We could,
but I think it's, you know.
I mean, it just goes to show, like, listen, I know this. I've known this since the beginning. Not everybody knows everything. You know, you should meet, these people are people like us. You know what I'm saying?
In terms of what? The CDC?
Yeah, they're humans, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, and this isn't just them. Everything is a fact until it's not. That shirt is black until some kind of scientific shit comes in that it's not fucking black. It's a dark blue and there is no real black. You know?
Yeah. I mean,
Pluto was a planet sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes it's not a planet.
Facts are facts until more information is uncovered or what have you, and then facts change.
When we were kids, doctors used to tell our parents to give us juice when we were sick to hydrate us.
Yeah.
Give them apple juice, orange juice.
Yep.
What?
Yeah, give them Kool-Aid, why don't you?
Yeah. How crazy is that? It's just all sugar in it. Drink some Gatorade. You know, there's not really electrolytes in this shit.
No, there are.
There probably are electrolytes.
There are. And I drink Gatorade, like, after, you know, if I don't, you know, sometimes if I know I'm going out for a long time, I hydrate with some Gatorade, man. Make sure that, you know, there's nothing worse than being dehydrated, because that's what gives you bad hangover.
But Gatorade also is not the best thing to drink, because there is, like, sugar in Gatorade.
It's not the best thing to drink if you're not going to be doing anything.
Yeah.
You know, like, you don't want to sit on the couch and drink a Gatorade. Like, if you just ran, you could drink a Gatorade.
Yeah.
If you just, like, if you're gonna somehow through the course of the evening, like drinking, be depleted of electrolytes and stuff like that from dehydration and from like peeing all night, then that, to me, drink a Gatorade before and after.
All I'm saying is that things change, right?
Correct.
So, like, the CDC, this shit's going to change. Like, the shit that they put out is going to change, and it's just going to be like, one dude's going to walk in there and be like, hold on. I fucked up.
Yeah. No, they would never say that.
No, they say it internally.
Yeah.
And then he says, you know, when I said that we had to wait fucking 10 days.
Well, you're really supposed to still. That's not... They're just decreasing that arbitrarily just to keep the economy going and shit like that, because they know the damage and devastation it caused the first time. They know that this isn't really that fucking bad, so we need to just decrease that, because really we can't have people out of work for that long.
Allegedly, that might be true.
That's my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, I think because it's still contagious after that long. Like, it's not like you're not capable of getting somebody sick after 5 days.
No, I feel like they just came in and they just figured that they were wrong about something and they just altered it. That's my interpretation of it, right?
You're so sweet.
Is it because am I naive, or
am I
not a conspiracy theorist?
Not a conspiracy theorist. No,
that's a conspiracy.
That's a strong. Why isn't it a conspiracy of what you just said? What constitutes conspiracy?
Yeah, we're both theorists.
Yeah. So really,
of a different sort, and I'm cool with that.
Yeah, but I mean, to me, so you don't think it's possible to give COVID to someone after 5 days?
No, I don't fucking know. Nobody should ever ask me that question.
Okay, because you're still symptomatic after 5 days. So I wonder, you know, if you're still symptomatic after 5 days, is it still contagious?
I'm not saying that they're right or wrong. I'm just saying that when they make new rules, and this was a joke, but I'm saying that when they make new movies, this is a bit that you ruined.
I always do that.
You ruined my bit. I had a whole character I was coming out with that worked over there.
That worked at the CDC?
Yeah, you didn't hear me? I said the guy, he came in, he messed up. But anyways, the bit's over. But what I was saying is that when they make these adjustments to their criteria of like when you do this and like if you're supposed to hop on 1 foot or whatever the case may be, it's based off of just like alterations. Like someone comes in, it's like, all right, we were wrong about this. This is the right way to do it. What you're saying could very well be true as well. I'm not saying it's incorrect. All I'm saying is that's just like the way I initially interpreted it, and the funniest fucking perspective, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
Like, how funny would it be if like someone just did the wrong math?
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, it wasn't 10 days.
Yeah. I mean, 10 days, I guess it was, I guess it's better that they screwed up in that direction.
Yeah.
You know, not like, it's fine. You can still make out with your neighbor randomly.
Yeah.
And then everybody gets like everywhere, you know. Definitely made the right direction of the wrong call if that's the case. But yeah, there was I don't want to get stuck on the Schman Schmemic all night. But I've actually been informed by Berto of some incredible technology that's been released apparently by BMW, right?
BMW showed a car at CES that's color shifting. It's our other clip insertion thing that we did today. Like I said, please let us know what you think about it. If you think the clip thing
it's good,
sucks,
man. Let's just show it. We
tell
don't
us. But here, we'll run it real quick so you can see it.
So this is some new technology that was unveiled by BMW. It's a car changes color.
It's a color shifting car.
It's like something, I'm not really sure how it's happening. I'm not sure if it's happening, if there's like pixels flipping, like is it I don't know, a coating on the car? Is this chameleon skin? I don't know what it is.
I think it works off electricity.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Like voltage or something like that?
Like a variable voltage that adjusts like color.
Huh. Let's see. We're going to play this clip for you guys.
That's not a fucking fact.
No, I mean, listen, you sold me. I'm like, of course it is.
Yeah.
So we're just going to play this clip for you guys and just so you guys could let us know what you guys think. I feel like I see shapes in there, right? That are,
the way it kind of just...
yeah, because it faded one way and then there was a switch. Like if you look like
you can go the hard switch. You don't got to do the fade. The fade's the stunt. The fade's when I park and then it goes black.
The fade is when I pull up at a party where I know the kids are doing shrooms.
Yeah,
and I'm like, yo, bam, bam. And when they come out, you switch the color of the whip and you see everybody shit their pants. That's what you do.
That'll make me shit my pants sober. Are you kidding me?
Pull up in front of a bunch of stoners and just switch the color of your car real quick and be like, what? And switch it back real quick before he tells his friend. Just be like, yo, bro, I swear to God, that car was just white.
It was just white. No, it's fucking gray. I think it's pretty cool. I don't think it's anything that we're going to see like in the streets for fucking many years. They've been teasing this technology for years.
You think so?
They have been. It's like there's been like videos of people photoshopping it, like a car changing color and shit like that. Like the remotes. So like, you ever seen there's a video of a LaFerrari with a guy with a remote and he's like changing the color of it. I think it's really cool. Like I said, I don't think it's anything that's coming out anytime soon. I think this is the first time we're even seeing a prototype of it. So who knows? It's going to be ridiculously expensive anyways when it comes out.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be like some proprietary BMW thing. I think it's fucking rad to get a car that could change color. But I need to know more about the technology. Like I need to know like what are we losing because of this? Is this shit heavy as hell? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like can you insure it? Like what exactly is this? Is one panel like is a panel on that car like $25,000?
Anybody that could afford that thing, we were talking about this earlier. Anybody could afford that thing. I don't think they're worried about that. But at the same time, it's like, what is this? Yeah. Something's got to give. Like, it's either going to be like ridiculously heavy or it's going to be, I don't know. We got to
super costly, like extra internal batteries, batteries that actually run it, like am I gonna have to buy some? Is this like a separate charge that's required, like 2 cables or something like that?
For me, it's another thing that could break. I think it's fucking fire, but it definitely is like another point of failure.
Yeah, so Seeker in the chat, he says he's like, yo, don't tell the cops about this. Like, is it like running from the cops about to be super easy?
Yeah, Beamer boys are gonna be out here, no signal, just fucking cutting it up, changing colors.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. You switch your shit up real quick and have like a rotating license plate. You never pay a toll again. You never pay a toll the rest of your life.
I know that. I feel like those. I know somebody that ended up getting a bunch of tickets. Like he would go through the toll thing, the Easy Pass, when he had a trailer.
Yeah,
and somehow, because with a trailer and a car on a trailer, you can't see the plate. And he didn't run no plate on his trailer. And I guess like when they can't interpret it, they go to like humans. But he ended up getting a bill like years later.
Get out of here.
Yeah. For like a bunch of tickets.
Ooh. There was I remember there was a guy that had they like retro ticketed him, all that shit.
I mean,
went back. That's wild.
They just like, I guess when they had time to review it, they finally reviewed it, and they probably have like a little stack. They just waiting to get you. He got hit with a lot of them, not like a couple of them, like 40 or 50 like Easy Pass things that he went through. Damn,
man. But I mean, people were doing stuff to get away you know, with that shit. Like people had like little mechanisms on their car. I remember I saw this guy on the news. He had like a little mechanism that would drop his plate and make it like flat.
Oh yeah,
You know?
they got the covers too. They got.
I was like, it's not even worth it, bro.
I don't even really give that much of a like.
I guess if you're commuting and stuff and you're paying that toll like 3 times a day,
it doesn't.
That.
It doesn't affect us. That's why we're not really worried about it. But I don't know. The plate things, I guess they're fucking. They have their place. They're a little weird to me. I've seen a million of them. I've seen my favorite one is the one that they gets installed behind the front bumper, and what happens is it kind of lays flat adjacent with the bumper, and then it comes out and up like this.
Oh, so it comes from underneath the car?
Yeah, it comes from underneath the car.
So it doesn't move the plate at all? It doesn't drop the plate? It puts something in front of the plate?
No, so the plate is my hand. Like the plate, this is the plate out, and then the plate will drop it and pull
go under the car.
Yeah.
But what about the back plate?
No, this one was just like a front plate thing. They make back plate ones too.
Because that's the one that'll get you on the easy pass is the back plate.
Yeah, they make back plate ones too. I mean, look at the motorcycles. They just put the plate in front of the back wheel, or they just bend it up. I don't know. I really don't. I'm not. The plate thing doesn't do it for me.
Yeah. I mean, who really cares? I mean, you're better off just avoiding that shit and just paying it. See, that's how they get you, bro, because they just make it such an inconvenience if you get caught doing something like that you're just like, you know what? Forget it. It's like jumping to
it's like jumping the subway.
Yeah, it's like jumping the subway turnstile. So when it's like you might as well have just paid the $2 because now the cops are chasing you and shit. Like, come on.
Yeah, but that one isn't the one I'm gonna die on. You gotta pick your battles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tinted windows. I'm never gonna not have them.
Yeah.
I'm always gonna have to get a Fugazi. Not that I get Fugazi inspections, but if I did get Fugazi inspections, it would be because I have to because of my windows.
I never had a problem with it. I think that used to not even be on the inspection.
It wasn't on the thing. Yo, that shit wasn't anything they took seriously, but now they do.
Nah, bro. See, that's my shits were so dark on my old car, yo.
Bro, back in the day, inspections were easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now you can't even get your car registered anymore. If you so registration's every 2 years. If you haven't gotten a new inspection within the last year, they won't register your car again.
Really?
Yeah.
But you could get it inspected and then have it registered.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, man.
Or you get a temporary registration, get it inspected, and then you come back and you get your legit one. But that's what I'm saying, and it's more and more strict over here. In Florida, you could register anything. Yeah,
they just because they just believe in freedom a little bit more. I mean, and they're not into the money grab as much, at least not in that way. I'm sure they get their money from citizens somehow, but in New York, I mean, everything's a money grab. That's what you think they care about the safety of your vehicle. No, they just want to be able to give you a ticket and collect revenue. That's really what it is. You think they care if you stop at a red light? You think they care if you smack into somebody because you ran a red light? They don't care.
There's a lot of money in that shit.
They don't care. It's just when you look at the amount. I remember when I think it was in Nassau, they put one of those speed cameras outside of school. They put this speed camera outside of a school, and it generated $6 million in months. You know what I'm saying? You listening to me?
Yeah, I'm trying to. No, I wasn't listening to you. I was reading the chat.
I was talking about how it's a money grab in New York, and in Nassau, they had a speed camera in front of elementary school.
How much money did it make?
Bro, it made $6 million in 4 months. It
what?
It was something outrageous. And they were like, wait a minute, it made so much money so fast that they took it away. They suspended it for a while because everyone was like, get the hell out of here. You're doing this strictly to make money. That shit was crazy.
The one, I don't think we have them here anymore, do we? I thought they took them out of Suffolk.
Which ones?
The
speed cameras?
The red light cameras. Do we still have them?
Hell yeah, we still have them. You crazy?
I don't know.
They would never give up that money. Them things generate millions of dollars. Millions of dollars.
I thought they did away with them over here. I got one the other day. It was $150. It wasn't here. $150 for a red light ticket.
That's because that's what it is now. It used to be $50. If you didn't pay it, you paid $75. Yeah. Now it's $100+ now. $150 and then it's like $40 surcharges.
I don't even understand how you could really rationalize that. Like, what? How are you? You don't even got to pay nobody to do this. Why is this so much money? It should be more money if I get pulled over, because you got to pay that dude who pulled me over, who's keeping us safe. But when you give me a red light camera ticket, like, who are you paying? Why is this more money?
And why is it more money? Number one, and number two, do you think they care again about safety? The ticket's not going to the person. The ticket's going to the vehicle. So let's say like your mom is driving your car, and goes through a red light, you get the ticket.
Yeah.
So
100%.
it's like, it's not like this has to do with protecting the safety of people based on the driver. The driver doesn't matter. It's the vehicle.
There's the speed ones too. There's not just red lights. There's the speed ones.
Well, that's the one I was talking about in the Nassau school. It was a speed camera.
Oh, okay. Surprised those red light cameras haven't given anybody a seizure. Word up, yo. They just need to have that like warning they put on before you watch a crazy movie with like a lot of animation.
Yeah.
A seizure warning. They need to have that shit on before you drive out there.
See, because that's a flash. It's not. That's a separate device from where the camera is.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's like a flash. It's a strobe, and then it flashes, and the camera is like near it. It's like they're two separate devices. I wonder, you could probably take down the flash without catching the same charge as taking down a camera.
There's 3 of them on Linden Boulevard. On Linden in Brooklyn. That's crazy. You know what's I used to think when I was younger, because I'm an idiot, but I used to think, like, I wonder how fast I got to go through this thing for it not to catch me.
Look, I just looked up the revenue that the red light cameras in Suffolk County brought in.
Okay.
Suffolk County last month said its red light camera program generated $30.9 million in 2016. They made $30 million off of red light camera tickets in 2016.
$30 million?
$30 million in 1 year. Now, that was in 2016, and if I recall, I think the tickets went up after or around that time. So, it's possible that number would possibly double, like today, if they just increase the charges from, let's say, when it used to be 50 to now it's like 150.
Red light cameras, what you're saying is logical. I definitely believe it's a deterrent. Like, it definitely deters people, because it sure as fuck makes me fucking.
But statistically, it hasn't decreased car accidents.
Has it?
No. Statistically, it has not decreased car accidents, but they make a ton of money.
Yeah.
It's like, it's crazy. Like, if you look 30.9, let's call it 40 million. 30.9.
Money, dude.
30.9 for the math.
How many tickets do you think that's going to be?
We'll do 40 million divided by 12. So now that generated $3.3 million a month. It generated. So now if you divide that by 150, let's see how many tickets that is. So that's 22,222 tickets.
And that's at $150 a ticket. The truth is that that's probably 60,000 tickets, because in 2016 they were like $50.
Yeah, so that's a good point. So so what I'll do is I'll times this by 150 to bring it back to where it was.
Yeah, it'd be like, you said it's 22?
Yeah.
So it'd be like 66.
So divided by
$50?
Yeah, 66,000. That's wild. 66,000 tickets. If they were $50, but even so, 22,000 tickets in a year from red light cameras in order to generate that kind of revenue. That's crazy. That is so crazy.
You want to give your appreciation to Betty White speech that you were telling me you were practicing on the way here?
Betty White?
Yeah, you were telling me that you were always a big fan of Betty White, and you follow her career so closely that you just wanted to say a few words to commemorate her.
Well, Betty White, yeah. Rest in peace, Betty White. So I know we're a little late to the Betty White party, but I mean, everybody's a little everybody is all broken up about this. I mean, the lady was 99 years old. Chances are where she is now is probably a little more comfortable for her than where she was.
I'm not sitting here hoping that she died, but she made it.
I mean, she was 99 years old. I mean,
17 days away from her birthday. She was going to be 100.
Yeah.
She was basically 100.
She was 99 years old, so God bless her. I mean, but it's tough to live that long. I mean, most of your friends have passed. Most of your family have passed. I mean, there's a lot of people that live that long. They live long enough to see like their children pass of natural causes. Like that kind of stuff. Like, think about it. If you're 100 years old, you could easily have a kid that's 80.
Yeah.
You could easily have a kid that's 80 years old, and it's just...
and 80 is pretty old. You're lucky when you get to 80 too.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, for real, man. I think that's up in probably, average or so.
Is it?
It's got to be somewhere
nowadays, remember, like we were alive. But remember back in the day, motherfuckers were living till 30.
Oh, yeah, man. You were living at 30 and everyone was like 4.5 feet tall.
We've upgraded. We've doubled, tripled up.
I think it's knowledge and understanding of like medicine and shit. Clearly.
Ever since we put fluoride in our toothpaste, things have been different. Ever since we started brushing our teeth too.
Yeah,
these things last way longer when you brush them.
Yeah, man. And when you start, when you cook your food.
Cooking food is important.
Cooking your food is absolutely, that shit is crucial.
Yeah.
You don't want to be biting into no raw chicken. So.
Yeah. In addition to cooking food, having food is always nice.
Correct. Having food is always good.
Yeah, so we're living significantly longer. Yeah, I would love to hear like interesting facts about like what happens to the human body when you get that age and sense of like, does everything still work the same? Because everything's got to be kind of worn out.
Oh yeah, that's that's what it gets to. I mean, it's just miles, really.
Is there like do organs get like elasticy when they get old? Like, like I wonder what happens. Like, how old people are kind of drooping on the outside? Are they drooping on the inside too?
Yeah, I mean, that's a long life. I mean, think about it. If you really think about it, a human heart beats from the moment you're born and never stops.
It's beeping before you're born, right? In the womb.
Oh yeah, in the womb. Yeah. Well, that's a good point. So even longer. I mean, from
the second that shit just morphs itself into a heart.
When it becomes a heart, it beats from that point on. Think about that. Betty White's heart beat for 99 years.
More because she was pregnant for 9 months before that for 100 years because she was 17 days away from her birthday.
That's right.
Betty White's heart beat beat for 100 years.
It did. It beat
That's a long time.
For over 100 years. That's crazy. I mean, think about it. There's no device in the world that you can just leave on indefinitely. And it'll continue to run. Like, it's remarkable.
Do pendulums stop?
Yeah, they'll eventually stop. Gravity would stop it. I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
I'm just asking.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But that's not even, that's momentum like that. I mean, the heart has like little power generators in it.
It's like it's got electricity.
It's got electricity in it. Like it's a crazy concept.
It is crazy, but it does make you think. Like when you see people get to that age, like I wonder, like your body's got to be saying, like your bones, I don't think they're as thick as they normally are.
Yo, so Seeker in the chat, he said Betty White had those 86 Toyota Heart, 450K on the clock. For real, man.
Yo, my dad had an 89 Camry.
Yeah. How many miles?
Oh, I don't know, dude. My dad drove this car to Queens every day for years, and then my sister got it.
Yeah.
Like, that car was ancient. But I'll tell you one thing, like, it didn't break.
Nah.
Like, they sold it.
Just one day it just stopped running,
No. They sold it.
And it was still going.
It was still going.
Jesus.
It was an 89, dude. We sold it in maybe like 2007, 2008. Something like that.
Outta here. Jesus.
And it was still running. The guy who bought it drove it to Florida.
Well, you know what? I had a 1986 Buick Regal that was still running when I got rid of it.
That's surprising.
Yeah, it was still running, man. You knew me when I had that car, I think.
Justin had a powder blue Regal.
Bro, I had a powder blue Buick Regal, boy, with a bench seat.
I was just going to say with a bench seat in the front.
Damn, man.
You hit a right turn, you'd be sitting in his lap.
Yeah, the Seeker know about that. Seeker knows about that car.
What was your car? What was your favorite car of all the cars you've had?
Probably that one.
Yeah?
That was my favorite car.
I think everybody has one.
It was my first car.
My first car was a Ford Escape.
Yeah, that baby blue. That's right.
It wasn't baby. It was Pepsi Blue.
Nah, he could say in that chat. He's talking about the Regal. He knows about it.
My first car was a Ford Escape. After the Ford Escape was a gift. I'm not gonna front. My parents gave me it.
I got a story about it when you.
So I could get to college. I took that car and I absolutely fucked it. Nobody's ever driven a Ford Escape harder than I've driven it.
Yeah.
I pushed that car to the absolute limit. Popped 3 motors. Tree.
Bro, that's wild, yo.
Tree motors.
That's
that
wild,
thing, bro. I drove that thing aggressively.
Get the fuck.
I had black lights in it. You got to think this is back in the days, 2006, 2007. I had the black lights in the trunk. I had the glow, the lights all in it.
Hell yeah.
Subs in the back. You remember that shit? You used to thump.
I remember it. I remember when we drove that shit to college.
Oh, yeah.
Remember we got caught in that rainstorm?
Yeah, my windshield wipers didn't work.
Bro, we're driving this Ford Escape. Were we on our way to class or on our way home?
We were on the way home, I believe.
On our way home from school. We took a class together. So we're driving. The wipers go out during a monsoon.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a goddamn aguacero out there, bro.
It's
water,
raining cats and dogs.
the water was dumping buckets, and the wipers go out. We had to get some. I think we were going to school.
We might have been going to school.
Because we were like, yo, we can't stop. Like, we have to keep going. Like, we can't pull over.
Yeah.
Bro, remember what we did?
I remember.
We had to take a shoelace from Birdo's Kicks and tie it around the windshield wiper,
The blade, yeah.
the blade, and pull it through the window. Because the problem was when you would turn the wipers on, they would go one way and get stuck.
So the motor was like loose. So, and on these wipers, it's like a groove that locks them that makes it turn. So when it would, what happened is that it would go, push it up, but it would never retract them. So Justin they would come up and Justin would manually retract it with the shoelace.
So it
would come up, Justin would manually retract it down.
Bro, it was like whack, choom, whack, choom, whack, choom. I had to keep pulling it back every time it went. It's such a crazy thing. I'm in the passenger seat pulling the fucking wipers back. Bro, that was the craziest. That was so crazy.
Yo, at that age, I was doing so much janky shit to cars that wasn't even like, I didn't even think twice about that. That was the least janky thing I did that week, bro. I'm surprised my car didn't light on fire.
Yo, what year was that? That had to be like what, like 2010?
No, 2010, 2011, somewhere around there. Because I bought after I sold that car with the blown engine, and then the guy ended up blowing a tranny in it. He knew the motor was blown. I didn't sell him a car that he thought was good.
Yeah,
but I was like, he's like, I came here from Queens. Am I going to be able to get back to Queens? I was like, it's knocking, but you'll get to Queens. That dude got to the highway.
It's knocking, but
he got to
you
the
good.
LIE and called me. He was like, yo, man, this thing. I was like, I don't know, man.
There was what happened, bro?
Somebody painted a window in the inside of the block. And then we spoke, I think like 6 months later, he called me for something. And he was like, yo, man. He goes, I put the new motor in, ran great. And then the tranny blew. And I was like, ugh. Yeah, I did a lot of 1-2s in that car. Automatic, but I drove it.
Oh my God. Bro, you're crazy doing that. I did a lot of 1-2.
Yeah, after I bought that car, I bought probably like my first like car that introduced me to cars, which was the Eclipse. Do you remember I had a gray Mitsubishi Eclipse GST?
I do remember that. I remember one time the valet, when he parked his, she came out, clutch was on the floor.
Bro, my clutch was stuck on the floor, bro. It was bad enough that car, dude, most of my car builds up until like the one I have right now have all been ignorant.
Yeah.
You know, you can't, like, now when I was younger, I could drive something that's incredibly uncomfortable. That's just like, you know, like parts that you should just put on race cars.
Yeah.
And just make shit, like make your ride miserable, like super stiff motor mounts or super stiff suspension. Like,
or take the power steering out.
Yeah, or removing power steering, removing AC or heat or any of those things. Like, I don't want to do any of that shit anymore. I just want to have a car that like goes. But I don't know. I remember my friends taking all the seats out there, like taking the back seats out their cars because like they're like,
Yeah, it takes weight off.
Yeah, we got to lighten up. And I'm
Yeah.
like, we ain't even you ain't even doing nothing.
Yeah,
we
you ain't
even
racing? What the
We
hell?
ain't even racing, but we used to do it because it was just like
it's part of the car culture.
Yeah, it was like the thing, you know.
That shit
you had
is
that
so
shit
crazy.
gutted out. Somebody walked past it, they already knew what it was. It's game time every time, you know.
Bro, that's a crazy ass. I knew a girl that had a car with no power steering.
Oh, I knew a gang of people.
She
that
had
didn't
no
have
power steering, and she used to have to yank on that shit and yank on it. But that car was fire though. People used to pay her to let them run her car at the races and shit.
There were cars that didn't.
She had an Integra.
Oh, an Integra. I was just
Yeah.
gonna say, I think one of the EGs didn't come with power steering. It was like an option, and I could be wrong, but I know those cars that definitely didn't come with power steering.
Oh, Seeker knows her with Schwank. Schwank had that Integra.
Dude, the Integra was a crazy car back in the day.
Yeah, bro, it was fire. And bro, you want to hear something funny? Now we're talking about cars. I remember one time I was chilling with this girl, right? It was like I still had my Regal and shit, right?
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, we're gonna go somewhere. I was like, I'm gonna drive the car. So I'm like driving, we're chilling and shit. I go to shift the car because I'm used to my car. Bro, I fucked up the wipers because the shifter was down here, but in my Regal, the shifter was up here.
You
So I fucked the wipers up. Yeah, I tried to shift it. I tried to put it in drive.
You broke her.
I fucked it up. Like I didn't rip it off, but I messed it up. Like it just like what like
It was never stiff again.
it never wiped the way it should have wiped. It was so stupid, yo. I think I was like, oh my God, I was like mortified. She was like older and shit. We were just like chilling. I was like, oh no. I was like, what a fucking idiot, you know?
She let you drive the whip and shit.
Yeah, let me drive the whip and shit. I was like 16, you know, and I was like, I'm fucking cool and shit. I was like, shit, I can't believe this. I was like, crack, fuck this shit up. She was like, what the hell are you doing? I was like, yo, it's about the other whip I got, bro.
Yo, you're definitely welcome to come. He says he's got to come and tell some car stories. I would love to talk about cars.
Hell yeah, bro. That shit would be fire, man.
Damn, I totally forgot what you were just saying. I'm sorry. I just read the chat, but
Not that I messed up the wipers on that shit. That shit was so stupid.
Dude,
I was like, oh my God.
Growing up, my dad had a 1963 Ford Fairlane, and it was a 3-speed on the column. The shifter's up here.
Yeah. Oh, a 3-speed though?
3-speed
How the hell you doing that?
on the column.
Jesus. What kind of car was that?
It was a 1963 Ford Fairlane.
Oh my God.
He like redid it from the ground up. It was a beautiful car. That's the first car I learned how to drive sticking.
Damn. I remember I drove my boy's Jetta. It was like the first.
Jettas were big back in the day.
Yeah,
They're
bro.
still big. V-Dub has like a cult fucking following.
Yeah.
They like the shittiest, the uglier ones. They like them more. They're like fucking bulldogs.
I'm a Honda guy myself. You know what I mean?
I like Japanese cars.
You like Japanese cars?
I
right?
love Japanese cars, 100%. If I have to pick, I like German cars too, kinda, but I like Japanese cars more than anything else. Yeah, 100%.
I remember when I was coming up, I used to think Subaru was an Australian car. Because they
the Outback.
Yeah, bro, they always had that guy, the Crocodile Dundee. I think he's like, yeah, Australian. You know, he would be like Subaru Outback, and he always talked with that Australian accent. I was like, damn, man. I was like, Subaru's a dope ass Australian car. You know, and then I grew up and was like, you idiot. That is absolutely nothing.
Yeah, you start pronouncing it different,
right?
If someone says Subaru.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's how my mom says it.
Australians get down when it comes to cars.
Yeah, no, there's a photographer I follow. His name's like North Borders. That's his YouTube channel, and he has a fire car, and he's always shooting fire ass cars in Australia.
Yeah, dude, they get down. They have really cool. They have like these really cool like burnout builds, and they have like these events where like they just build cars that like just do massive burnouts.
So there's no other intention behind the build other than to spin the tires in place.
Enormous motor, like they'll put like a huge motor with like a super tall, like when they put a blower on it. It's like this things like this is like essentially like a huge intake that's coming out the top of it, and it's just just to spin the tires, and they just see how much smoke they could create.
How do they keep it in one place like
that?
They
don't. It just keeps whipping around in circles. They just keep whipping it, and they just go until the tires are blown off the rim.
Get out of here.
They're on steelies.
So what exactly? These are contests?
They're like events. It's just as competitive as monster trucking is. Who the fuck wins those things? Like, how do you win one of those?
But I don't know.
It's not a race.
It's not.
Right? No, it's not a race. It's just who gets the most cheers. That's how this shit runs too, bro.
Oh shit! Damn.
Yeah, bro. Oh, dude, Australia's a pretty cool place for, like, not right now because of COVID, because they'll put you in a box if you spit in the street over there. But
please spit in the street, please. Don't even say that.
But they got a really cool car community over there.
Yeah, man, that's fire, man. I mean, it must, because that dude I was telling you, like the photographer, like there's so many cars. Like, he's never short on fire cars to shoot. Especially
JDM cars, because they have a lot of cars that we didn't get in the United States.
Yeah.
Like GTRs or Skylines in general, they got Skylines over there.
Yeah.
Like, they got all the cars that didn't come to the States. Like, they have them over there, specifically fucking Skylines.
That's wild, man. I know Seeker actually does some car videos and stuff. He's always getting some fire.
Yo, yeah. I actually was just checking out his Instagram. Some of his videos are hard as fuck.
Yeah, nah, he's definitely crushing it with those, like, slow pans and those slow reveals and shit. I'm like, damn.
What's the Instagram so we give him a shout out?
There's some underscores in there, so look it up.
You're looking it up. I'll allow you to look it up, because then that creates dead space. I think this is the first time I've ever heard dead space on here. I've never heard just dead air. We talked about we touched on Australia just right now when it came to the car community, but I wanted Justin to tell some stories about what's going on over there and the way they're handling the shmemic. Not to, keep beating on the shmemic talk, but it's just super interesting, some of the things that they're doing over there to, in air quotes, like, keep people safe.
I mean, they call it keeping people safe. I mean, it's a scary thing. I mean, I don't know, man. They're doing stuff like they're mandating people to scan QR codes before entering buildings and stuff. They're arresting people for posting about locations of protests. They're calling it incitement, and they're arresting them for just talking about it, for just saying, hey guys, there's a protest today about the lockdown over here, and they're getting arrested. They have this thing where the government sends you a text message. They send you a text message randomly throughout the day, because you're not supposed to be leaving your home or something like that. So they'll send you a text message, and if you don't respond to it in time, like, there's a certain amount of time that you have to respond with, like, a photo of yourself and where you are, and send it back. Or else, if you don't respond within a certain amount of time, they send police to your house.
You think people are sending them funny pictures?
No, I think that people are scared. I think people are afraid, and I don't think anybody's really playing that game. There's Seeker's Instagram. Did you say it?
No, it's S33KER_ILX. I found it.
Yes. But it's scary what's going on over there, to be honest, man. I mean, there's not much coverage about it when I think there really should be. It's scary for people. They're not, they're encouraging people to turn in their neighbors and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's like the post we seen on Reddit today. There was a post where somebody said this person should be arrested because somebody was in an airplane. They sat behind a woman and they took a picture of her text messages. And her text message, she was writing to somebody, hey, we have COVID. Shh. That's why we're leaving a day early. Like, don't tell anybody. But they still chose to fly on the plane, right?
Now, do we know if this was real or not?
I don't know if it was a real.
Because it could be like propaganda to have people.
It very well could be. It could all be fake.
Yeah.
Right? Everything could be fake. But the truth is that I don't know, right? But I'm just tying this into your story because in Australia, that is really happening. People really are calling the cops on people, and they'll put you in a cage if you don't follow the rules. Yeah,
it's got to make you think a little bit, and just, I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta ask the hard questions and stuff sometimes to try to avoid something like that happening, because I'm sure this wasn't just one day to the next this occurred. I'm sure there were small incremental movements and small incremental changes that eventually led to them being able to take this.
Yeah, and
take this type of control.
And you know what? They're not America, right? They're not They're not the United States. So they're not working at the same baseline that we're working at, in the sense of I don't think we have the same exact rules, right? This is a different country. In addition to that, I'm sure, and just to play devil's advocate, I'm sure there's people there that agree with this. There's people who are, if not everybody was on board, then it wouldn't be flying. There's definitely people over there that are like, yeah.
I doubt there's citizens that are supporting that.
Well, of course they are, because there's citizens that are churning in other citizens.
Oh yeah,
for not following the rules.
That's
so
true.
There's undoubtedly people on both sides of this fence, but that's essentially the other side. The people who think like, we got to be safe. In addition to that, their numbers are very low in comparison to other countries as well, right?
Yeah, their numbers are, I think the last I saw, I don't have exact numbers, but I think they had around 1,200 deaths or something like that, on the numbers. I don't know how long of a period of time that is. I don't know if that was in the past year. I don't know if that was from the beginning of the pandemic. I don't know. But those were the numbers that I had last seen. And I'm not sure if that's being used as a way to say that this approach has been effective, or if this is just a way that, just numbers that prove the opposite, that this was unnecessary.
I wonder what, I'm just looking up real quick what the rate of death was over there in comparison.
Like the death toll?
In comparison to other countries. So we can, actually make an informed decision on whether There's
no number there that's going to make me think what's happening there is appropriate.
No. It's not about whether it's appropriate or not. It's about whether it's
effective.
Functioning. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's subjective. Everybody's going to have a different opinion of what the value that something holds. But numbers don't lie, right? If something works and that's their goal, then
it's just not for me.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and
if it strips my freedom, then I don't want no part of it.
No, I understand what you're saying, but that's just not what we're debating,
Exactly. Yeah. You're seeing if that approach is effective, just a kind of a subjective stance to try to see, or an objective stance rather.
Yeah. And I don't want to hunt through different websites. So if we have one day when we have somebody here to look up facts for us, they'll be able to.
Yeah, man. They'll be able to hold us down and get us out of this, out of this jam where we're trying to find this information.
Yeah.
But
what, you want to catch us up on the chat?
No. I'm just looking like the thing that I was the most intrigued by was that story we started with was just that party on
that was 100% the highlight of the night. Yeah, they had the most fun.
It was so lit, man.
These guys were all together. I'm not upset about it.
It was so lit, man. I'm like, oh my god, I can't even lie. That party.
Play the party one more time.
Yeah, you want to see it again?
Show us the party one more time.
So this
how lit was this fucking party?
Yo, I think it's just also these are just people that really know how to make a story look lit.
Yeah,
like this is like. And if this is an advertisement or something like that, I'm like, damn, this is lit.
I don't even vape, bro. I'm ready to go buy whatever vape that is. I need to know what flavor that was.
Right? Damn, it's so funny. That's so funny, man. But they're getting so much heat over there in Quebec. They're getting so much heat over there, man.
Those guys don't give a fuck.
I wonder if they all came off that plane and tested negative. I'd laugh. I would laugh.
But that's not even what they're. Of course they did. They probably did, because that's not what they're talking about. If they were all, if they were really out there infecting people,
yeah,
the Canadian government, George St. Pierre himself would be down there putting these dudes in chokeholds, taking them back to Canada, extraditing these dudes back.
Dragging them back. Yo, that's one person I don't want to show up at my door trying to take me somewhere and show up and be like, listen, I'm George St. Pierre and I came to take you.
Yeah,
like, you got to come with me.
You kept the back up slow. If you turn around, he takes your back. He's fast.
Come on, bro. No way, man.
You know what? You can't even run away from a guy like that. You just have to.
I back away like a stray dog.
Yeah.
I'll just be like.
No, you got to trick him. You got to be like, oh, man, let me just get my shoes.
Right?
Slam the door and run away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, slam the door and let my dog out.
Yeah, put some objects between you and him.
Yeah, I'll put my dog between me and him.
You got to get a dog with somebody like that.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, you got to do something he's never seen.
Yeah.
He's never sparred a dog.
No.
Yeah, no, that didn't happen.
And a dog is just a deterrent for a guy like that.
Yeah.
Dog ain't gonna be, you still gotta keep moving.
And don't get me wrong, George St. Pierre is a murderer. My dog might just buy me a couple minutes.
That's what I'm saying. The dog isn't gonna. You can't sit there and stick around, make yourself a cup of Joe.
Yeah,
you
no.
still have to leave.
There's no time to pack a bag.
Damn, we're depicting him as like the Terminator.
Yo, please, he gives me that vibe.
Yeah. We're over the hour.
Okay, cool. We'll wrap it right there.
Is there anything else you want to talk about?
No, we're good, man.
If you guys charter your own plane, you should be able to party.
Yeah, you should be able to party if you charter your own plane.
If there's one thing you could take away from this episode is that we both firmly agree.
Yes, you can party on your own charter flight.
Yeah, and congratulations to Tom Brady for his 600th touchdown.
Unbelievable, man. So, yeah, man, RIP Betty White. Congratulations, Tom Brady.
Yeah.
That's it, Masters of None, episode 66. Everybody that's here and listen, please hit that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. And comment, please. Any questions, any future topics. Episode 66. Masters of None.
Oye, te hablo desde la prisión. Wilson Mayoma.